Brilliant Minutes, sponsored by Sinclair Heating and Cooling for 24/7 comfort on call.
Brad in space.
Just a few quickies before we get to today's main story, okay? Because this was important at 9:52 a.m. our time. Years in the making, finally flying into space, the Boeing Starliner with two NASA test pilots.
Okay.
Remember, this was NASA's solution to getting astronauts to and from the International Space Station once the space shuttle retired. So it's on its way. So far, so good.
Okay.
Look at this, the Chinese flag on the surface of the moon. You might remember a couple of weeks ago we told you that they were going to land on the far side, the back side of the moon. Nobody has ever been on the back side of the moon. We've never collected soil or rocks from the back side of the moon, but they say, yep, we've already done it. We've already lifted it off. However, I love how they say, we'll return to Earth around June 25th. So we'll wait and see. But at least we'll have some specimens from the other side of the moon. Okay, so now on to today's main story. You fly?
Yes, been on planes, yes.
Okay, do you like flying?
I don't mind it. The longer it gets, the more, uncomfortable it gets.
Yeah. Well, take a look at this, this study. It comes from the British Medical Journal. Should we ban onboard access to alcohol on long-haul flights? I bet I know what you're thinking, and I bet I know what you're thinking, because of all of the recent passenger problems that have occurred.
That's the first thing that jumps to mind.
But actually, it has nothing to do with that. Let's take a deeper dive, okay? It's the combination of alcohol plus cabin pressure, because even though the cabins are pressurized, it's not the same pressure that you experience here on the surface of the Earth, okay? So it's this combination of alcohol plus the cabin pressure that may threaten sleeping plane passengers' heart health, okay? And here's why. Again, that combination of the alcohol and that pressure, which really isn't as pressurized as we are down on the surface, okay? It lowers the amount of oxygen in your blood, and that raises your heart rate for a protracted period of time, okay? So take a look at their study. I thought this was interesting. They randomly selected 48 people, ages 18 to 40, okay? Half were assigned to sleep under normal conditions, normal air pressure. The other half had to sleep in an altitude chamber, which mimics the cabin pressure at cruising altitude, okay? They didn't just let them go off to sleep. They gave them some drinks. Not everybody, the controlled group had none, but participants either had 2 cans of beer or 2 glasses of wine before they went off, and then they tracked their sleep cycles, their blood oxygen levels, and their heart rate for 4 hours continuously, okay? And here's what they found. Even in the young and healthy individuals, the combination of alcohol intake with sleeping under hypobaric conditions poses a considerable strain on the cardiac system and might lead to exacerbation of symptoms in patients with cardiac or pulmonary diseases. And they go on to point out that most medical emergencies that happen on aircraft are cardiac problems. But it's interesting.
Can they draw this? Okay. Well, I have a hard time sleeping on planes, so maybe I'm okay.
I think you are.
All right, Brad, thanks so much.